Hey guys, how are you doing? I just wanted to record a quick little video talking a little bit about trading. It's going to be between the next 5-10 minutes. So yeah, let's just get into it. Long story short, with trading, I've came to the conclusion, and this is really simple. It's easier said than done, but it's also the truth. And with trading, you need to know the truth because you need to know what you need to do, and you need to know the transparent truth. Because if you think trading is one way, if you think trading is, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, it's okay for me not to follow my rules, it's okay for me to do this, it's okay for me to do that, you're not going to see results, you're not going to be profitable. I've been trading for like almost a year now, and for the first 6 months I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and then the past few months I've been trying to do funded accounts, and I just been getting cooked. But I've been trading on, I saw this little ad on this prop firm. It was called Next Level Funded. Just a little fund, just another prop firm out there that's a new prop firm. And they're doing like this new thing for new users where you can get a 10K account for $10. And what it is it's a one-time challenge where basically if you pass the rules, you meet the criteria, you can request a payout, and then that's it. And then the account's done. So basically, the rules are pretty simple. It's you need to make 2.5% to request the performance reward. So you need to make $250 to request a payout. And then you also need 5 days of consistent profits, like 5 winning days of 0.5% or more. So you need to make $50 for 5 days. And also 20% consistency rule. So basically you may have to trade 6 days to get under that 20% consistency. But it's really not that hard. So I was like, you know what? Why not? It's $10. $10 is like a snack for me. A trip to the gas station, bro. Not even that much. So I ended up spending $10 on this account. And I already took a trade. I already made my 0.5% profit. Basically, I'll put a little photo right here. Long story short, all it was Euro, JPY, Forex pair. It was trending down, and on the 5-minute time frame, there's a little demand zone. It went up and went, and then there was this order block. And if you don't know what an order block is, it's kind of like a fair value gap. It's just a place where liquidity lies, and the market tends to reject off this level. So we ended up trending up for a little bit. I made my profit a little over $50, just because I don't know. I should have just put it exactly at 50 so the consistency rule can be easier to obtain, but whatever, not a big deal. I made my 0.5% profit. I'm good, and I'm not going to trade tomorrow because I traded tonight, which kind of counts for the next day because it's Asian session. In Europe and Asia, it's already Friday. But not a big deal. Trading Asian session, trading New York session doesn't really matter, but it really depends. If you're going to trade futures like the NASDAQ or S&P 500, you probably only want to trade in the mornings in New York session at 9:30 to like 10:30. That's really all you need. But on Forex pairs, Euro US, Euro JPY, there's no volume in the New York session because it's not even a United States currency pair. It's a Japanese in euro. So you can use that to your advantage and get in and get out in the session that it's actually supposed to have the most volume in. So that's what I did. Got in and got out. And I don't know. So basically the rule is where you request 2.5% of the account, but the fee is like 50%. So you get 50% and then they keep 50%. And then I don't know. We'll see how it is. The payout is only like $100. I'm not really worried about it because it's like that's like nothing at all. But hey, who's to say trading for like 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes in and out? Maybe this could be a first little payout, just a tiny little performance reward that I get. We'll see. I'm going to see what I can do with it next week. I just need 4 more days, 5 more days. Maybe I could request it at the end of the week. I don't know. We'll see. But it would be nice to get just a tiny payout just to prove that it's possible. And also, this is to test my discipline. I journaled the trade. I'm doing the video recaps. I'll do everything on this YouTube and see how it goes. Because, I don't want to keep losing my accounts. I want to keep messing up. Because I already know what I'm doing. It's so easy. But the hard part is up here. right? Like sometimes you be trading, you be up, past phase 1, whatever. Now you have phase 2, and then let's say you take a trade and you're in profit, and then you want to get more because the consistency rule. Let's say there's no consistency rule. Well, okay, now you're in profit on 1 or 2 days, but now you want to get more, and then you end up oversizing. Now you're in drawdown. Now you're back to break even on the whole account, and then you size in more to make back the losses, and then you blow the account. You didn't blow the account because you're a bad trader. You blew the account because you weren't able to manage your emotions. You weren't able to be like, yo, I got stopped out. Let me close this trade. You move your stop loss down. You're like, oh, this is a good setup when it's not a good setup. You don't need all this crazy stuff for a setup, right? Sometimes you take a setup off an order block like I did today. Sometimes you take it off an inverse fair value gap. Sometimes a liquidity sweep. Sometimes the price just moves up a bunch and you're like, you know what? It's going short, or we've been trending up for hours. We just broke structure down. I'm taking a short. It'd be nice to have maybe we swept some liquidity. Maybe we entered a 4-hour fair value gap. But the more confluences, the better. But you don't need 100,000 confluences just to enter a trade. Get in and gap, get out. The trade that I took, it ended up hitting my take profit, chilled for a little bit, and now it's going back down. I just got in at that initial reaction. If I waited for it to retrace for the inverse fair value gap and the liquidity sweep, bro, I missed my move. So you got to know what you're doing, and any way is a good way, but think about it. Don't force setups, and don't use your mind and try to brainwash yourself into thinking it's a good setup. If it's a good setup, take it. If it's a really good setup, you would have no hesitation entering the trade unless you're sized up too much or it's not a good setup. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I made about $60.15, which is about 0.6%. And all I need is 2% more in the account. Hopefully, I could be smart and make that all next week. Maybe I could request it by next week. We'll see how it goes. My first $100 payout. But, start is small. You got to start small, I bench pressed 260 pounds. I wasn't able to do that just getting 250 benches, 225 benches. I started off with 100 pounds, with 50 pounds. And then I slowly over time built up. And now what I do back in the day is my warm up. I remember my sophomore year, I could only do 165 pounds for 4 or 135 pounds for 10, and I'm cooked. Now I get on the bar and I do 135 for 10 as a warm up. So basically it's all like you're getting to the next levels, right? So the first payouts are going to be small, but eventually I'll be having $1,000 payouts, $2,000 payouts. But it's just I just have to wait, and there's no rush because I know I can make it work. I'm smart, and once I turn 18, I'll be all good. So yeah, dude, we're going to see how it goes, and thanks for watching the video. We'll update you guys next week on the second trade.